Welcome to Elevate Hypnosis, and thank you for choosing to gift yourself this time, a place for relaxation and positive change. Remember, much like learning to relax, these suggestions are an invitation, and your own experience is what matters most. Now sit back, or lie down, and relax, and let's begin. And so we find ourselves here in this quiet moment, a space to pause, to become aware. Because sometimes, isn't it true, our inner world can feel a little unsettled, like a house built on foundations that perhaps weren't quite as solid as we'd hoped. Imagine with me, if you will, that within your subconscious mind, there's a kind of dwelling. A house built on subtle tremors of what if. You might notice the floorboards creaking with each imagined possibility, the windows rattling with the winds of future concerns. Every room, perhaps a little cluttered with unfinished thoughts, and the shadows of worst-case scenarios. And yet, just beyond the threshold of this house, just outside the door, there's something else, a path, a well-worn trail winding gently through the trees, bathed in dappled sunlight, waiting patiently. This time, this session is an invitation, a gentle encouragement to simply rise and step over that threshold, and to leave that, perhaps a little rickety, house behind for just a little while. Perhaps noticing the feeling of your body, still and supported, and the quiet anticipation of a new direction, a new vista. And as you notice these things, you might also notice that with each breath, you're already moving, already taking that first step onto the path, a step away from the familiar and towards the unknown, yet peaceful woods. And your mind, well, it's been busy within that house, hasn't it? Full of blueprints and alarms. But out here, the air is different, the sounds are different, and you can choose what to focus on. You can be different as well. Perhaps you can recall a time, a moment, when you felt a deep sense of peace, a connection with nature, a feeling of lightness and freedom. And as you recall that feeling, that sense of ease, you might find that it begins to lighten your steps, making it easier to move forward. Your shoes feeling less heavy, your shoulders beginning to loosen. And it's perfectly all right if the familiar thoughts from that house try to call you back. They're just echoes, and you can simply acknowledge them or ignore them and continue your walk, your gaze softening on the path ahead. Because my voice, it's a simple guide, like the rustling leaves pointing the way, or the gentle murmur of the breeze encouraging you onward. And your breath, that steady rhythm, that constant companion, in and out, in and out, like your feet finding their neutral cadence on the trail, a symbol of your steady progress, away from that old house, those old thoughts, whatever it is that was holding you back, and towards that feeling of lightness, that growing sense of peace. It's not something you have to strive for. It's already here, unfolding with each step, like the path revealing the new beauty around each bend. Now, there's no need to rush along this trail. No need to reach a destination immediately. You can simply enjoy the walk, the feeling of the movement, the changing of the scenery. And you might notice as you listen that your senses begin to awaken. The scent of the trees in the air, the warmth of the sun filtering through the leaves, the sounds of birdsong replacing the almost static noise of your thoughts. It was perfectly natural to allow your awareness to expand beyond the confines of that inner house, taking in the wider vista, the greater possibilities. And as your body relaxes, you might also notice a sense of release, a letting go of that tension held within, like shedding layers of clothing on a warm day. Your body relaxing, your mind relaxing, as that tension just drifts away. And you might even find that the fog that sometimes clouded your vision begins to clear, revealing glimpses of wide, open spaces ahead, a meadow bathed in calm. And it's all unfolding in its own time, in its own way. And there's no need to cling to the familiar anxieties of the house. The path ahead offers something new, something peaceful. And as you continue to relax, to breathe, to walk, you're discovering that the power of worry, it begins to diminish. The further you step away from its foundations, the quieter those echoes. Perhaps you're already sensing that gentle shift, that quiet liberation, the beginning of transformation, a movement towards a more peaceful mind, a more open heart. And simply knowing that you have the strength to step away, the courage to explore new landscapes within, and that this journey, this experience, is a way of reclaiming your inner peace. As you drift and float and soften, you're allowing yourself to immerse in the tranquility of this walk, the gentle rhythm of your steps, the growing sense of spaciousness. So allow yourself to continue to explore this path, this feeling, this state of being, knowing that within each breath, with each step forward, you're leaving the worries of that old house further and further behind. And as you step forward into that wide meadow of calm, where your mind can finally exhale and let go. And this meadow is a good place, a safe place, a powerful, powerful place where you can simply be and find that peace that awaits for you. And to deepen this sense of stepping away from worry and finding this inner peace, just take a moment to vividly imagine this path through the trees. See the sunlight filtering down, creating patterns of light and shadow on the path ahead. Feel the soft earth, smooth and firm between your feet, or perhaps the yielding pine needles as you crush them. Hear the gentle sounds of the woods, the rustling of leaves in the breeze, the distant chirping of birds and the quiet hum of nature. And notice how these soothing sounds are different from the inner clamor you might have left behind. And as you walk, pay attention to how your body feels. Notice the subtle release of tension in your shoulders, the lengthening of your spine, the increasing lightness in your limbs. With each step, imagine you are shedding a small burden of worry. Look ahead on the path. Notice how the trees begin to thin, allowing more light to penetrate. Simply sense that open space that awaits you. With each breath, imagine you're inhaling that fresh, clean air of the woods, filling your lungs with peace and clarity. With each exhale, you're releasing any lingering remnants of anxious thoughts, letting them drift away like mist in the morning sun. Continue walking at a comfortable pace, allowing your senses to fully absorb the peacefulness of your surroundings. Notice the shifts subtly in the light, the changing textures of the path, the growing sense of spaciousness all around you. As you walk further, you begin to see the edge of the trees. This wide meadow, opening, bathed in soft, golden light. And allow yourself to step out into this meadow. Feel the gentle breeze in your skin. See the expanse of open space around you. As the quiet stillness that permeates the air wraps you up. And pause here for a moment, taking in the vastness of this calm. Notice how it feels different from the confines of that inner house of worry. And here your mind can finally breathe deeply and exhale completely. And in this wide meadow of calm, allow yourself to simply rest for a few moments more. Notice the feeling of peace that surrounds you, the gentle stillness of the air, the sense of spaciousness within your own mind. This meadow, this place of calm, it's always here for you, a sanctuary you can return to whenever the worries of that old house begin to echo. Simply remember my voice, and the simple journey we took today. You now know the path. You know how to step away, how to find this peaceful space. And as you rest here, allow the feeling of calm to integrate, to become part of you, like the warmth of the sun soaking into the earth. This peace is becoming your natural state. So gently now, begin to bring a little more awareness back to your physical body. Perhaps noticing the points where you are supported, the gentle rise and fall of your breath. You might become aware of sounds around you, in the room, near and far, allowing them to simply be, without needing to focus on them. And as you become more aware of your surroundings, you can also hold on to that feeling of calm, that sense of peace, carrying it with you like a precious gem. Perhaps wiggling your fingers and toes just gently, beginning to reawaken the physical body in its own time, in its own way. And as you do so, know that you can bring this feeling of a peaceful mind, the sense of stepping away from worry with you into the rest of the day, or into a night of restful sleep. There's no need to rush. Allow yourself to return gently now, feeling refreshed, feeling an inner sense of quiet. And as we come to a close, take a moment to acknowledge the positive steps you've taken. Know that the sense of well-being can accompany you, and, like a seed planted, the benefits of this practice will continue to unfold. Go gently and be at peace. If you like this experience, please like and subscribe so that we can continue to bring you this content.